Team coming to ministry, asking them for information, you can't work. You know, sometimes when you go to find job, when you apply for work, when you go for interview, right there the people tell you, say from today you start work. You can start working while they're trying to give you a letter, your employment letter. So before I started working, now I didn't get an employment letter. I was working job at Ras by B. Martin. Our people in Bikena, in Nima County, that being harassed by Metal C, that the government here, they're the ones stood up for their government. Now you're criminal there, be Joseph Boakai. You better be careful before I change my English on you. You better be careful when you push me to the wall, I will change it, you will feel bad. You better slow down, your baby English, you're speaking a pocket, and you better slow down. Manage your expectation. Where you come from, manage your expectation. You put your told the LeBron people say when we come to power, you're gonna manage your expectation. Don't think you can be among the LeBron people? We're not managing nothing. We're not managing nothing. We're not managing nothing. The struggle in the course of the people, the struggle has started from today. Anything I see not correct, I will tell the LeBron people. And I'm on an obligation to do that. I was elected by the people.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. What a pleasant way to welcome you to another edition of the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. Today is the 5th of January 2024. 10 days in the brand new year. Liberia, the Republic of Liberia. In the words of the late Mamandi Sulimali Diaketi of Prime FM, he will say to you and I that the Liberia is getting better. Ibrahim Godson-Wian of Freedom Radio Liberia will say to you that we are getting there. And Senator Abraham Darius Delon will also say this is the only country we cannot be deported from. Marco Gilman will say to you that it is time for us to dig deeper into the issues making the news in Liberia. I will jokingly say to you, Liberia will never burn. Welcome to yet another fascinating edition of the program. Right here on 87.9. Alexa will join in a few minutes as we intend to bring you all of the issues making the news in Liberia. Too many things happening in the country. A lot of issues to talk about. Finally, a former Chief Justice of Liberia, Madam Gloria Scott, along with 3 family members, were sentenced to life imprisonment for the death of the late Charlotte Musu. We bring you details of that that identical story. I repeat, the former Chief Justice of the country, the Councillor Gloria Scott, along with 3 other family members, were on yesterday sentenced to life imprisonment by Criminal Code A for the death of the late Shalon Musu. That conversation will come up when we are done with our intro and having words from our sponsor, Crime Stoppers Liberia. On the flip side of things, there are too many issues in country. There are individuals within the political space of Liberia, specifically individuals from the Unity Party, who are kind of divided over the latest decision by Yeka Koluba to openly challenge and give Mr. Joe Boakai an ultimatum to make full disclosure of the sources of revenue. According to Mr. Yeka Koluba, he's asking the president-elect of the country, Mr. Joe Boakai, to make full disclosure of all of the money he's receiving. In the minds of Yeka, with his reference to the Court of Conduct of Liberia, Yeka is of the opinion that all of the money is being received by Mr. Joe Boakai should be accounted for. He should tell the Liberian people who's giving him money, because he's afraid that Boakai could be taking money from people for the sole purpose of influencing decisions in the future. Whether it is from the concession terrain, whether it is for jobs. In the opinion of a supporter of Joe Boakai, in the opinion of Mr. Yeka Koluba, a fierce supporter of the president-elect, he thinks that the best thing that can be done by the president-elect is to make full disclosure of the money he has received. Yes, that is Yeka Koluba for you. So the statement by Yeka Koluba is receiving too many mixed reactions amongst the folks in the Unity Party and other opposition and incoming ruling party people, with a good portion of them saying Yeka is talking too soon, while the other group of people are saying it is important for Yeka to start to talk sooner so that the government will not spoil. Where do you stand? What's your take? How do you receive the latest outbursts from the representative of District Number 10? These are critical issues we're going to be discussing right here on the BKS platform at about this moment in Liberia, right here on 87.9. My name is Kai. I will be joined by Alexa shortly. Jointly, we're going to run up to 6 o'clock and bring you all of what you need to know about Liberia. Let's take our break, have words from our sponsor, Crime Stoppers Liberia, and we will kickstart the conversation right here on 87.9.
Settle to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, yes, coming out for all of our Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door, Crime Stopper. Stopping crime and making peace for them before, Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, yes, coming out for all of our
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self, Omen Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, yes, coming out for all of our Crime Stopper.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9, the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. We are back, and I want to say hats up to all of those who have been following the conversation. For those of you who do not know that Freedom Hub is back on the radio, now you know, and we are glad to be back to do the people of Liberia job. But here is the situation we have on hand as a country and people. Like I told you, Alexa will join me in very shortly, so that we have a joint presentation here on today. So I'm going to read for you a news snippet from OKFM Liberia. That's OKFM 99.9. So it says, Councillor Gloria Scott and 3 others are sentenced for life in connection to the death of Charlotte Musu. But defense lawyers take appeal to the Supreme Court. During the final judgment and sentencing hearing, Judge Roosevelt Wiley noted that based on the evidence and circumstances surrounding the death of Charlotte Musu, all of the facts point towards Councilor Gloria Scott and her family members committing the crime. Judge Wiley, in a 32-page document, read the accounts of the 30 witnesses that testified in the murder trial, coupled with evidence that were produced with relevant legal citations before coming up with the final judgment and sentence. After the sentencing of Councilor and former Chief Justice Gloria Scott and others, the defendant counsels announced an appeal with the Supreme Court of Liberia within the statutory period according to Liberian laws. This is OKFM account of the Gloria Scott situation. Now let's see whether we can bring you a different account of this story. Yes, let's see whether we can bring you another account of this story from another news source. Let's see if we can do that. Hold on a little bit. Let us see whether we can bring you a different angle of this situation. Unfortunately, let me see. Okay, yes, I just read this to you, so I am not going to bring it. I just read it to you. Let me see if we can find something else. Oh my God. Okay. All right, no issue. No issues. Okay, so we're gonna move forward, but that is okay. So yeah, let's read. Okay. Right. Okay. So yes, I'm trying to get the front page Africa's angle of this story. But since I cannot lay my hands on it, we're going to stick with the OKFM portion of it. Now, I'm not going to say more in this Gloria Scott situation because her lawyers already took a flight to the Supreme Court of Liberia. Now, what we see happening in Liberia today and over the period, the things we see happening are things that are supposed to be, happening in any country where democracy is at stake. What do I mean? When the case of the late Charlotte Musu, peace to her ashes, when the case came up, there were claims and counterclaims. There were demonstrations and serious-minded protestations. A lot of people had their personal opinion on what had happened to the late Charlotte Musu. I remember on several occasions you will find civil society actors, and by that time we were going to elections now. You had civil society actors, you had different organizations staging protests in demand of justice for Charlotte Musu. There were instances where people were being accused to the point that outgoing city mayor Jefferson Koji was one of those who was indirectly accused, and you had too many people having too many things to talk about. Fast forward, the Liberian National Police was able to do their investigation with the support from their other security counterparts, including some security experts from the international space, and a charge sheet was done. And Madam Scott, along with 3 other family members, were charged to court. They were given due process under the laws of the Republic of Liberia. They had access to their lawyers. They had days in court to respond to the charges brought forth against them. They were given all of what they needed as a country and people. I mean, all of what they needed from the country. They were given all of their legal rights. The rights to lawyer, the right to be heard, the right to due process, the right to be represented by an attorney, and so forth. Yeah, OKFM 99.5. I apologize for that. So they were given all of the rights. They went to court. Their lawyers, the defense counsel, had all of the opportunity they needed to argue their case and make their case on why Madam Scott and the rest of the 3 other family members should not be held liable. At the same time, the government prosecutors, the government lawyers, because when crime is committed in any country, that crime is primarily committed against the state. And so the state will provide lawyers. Those lawyers are often known and referred to as the government prosecutors. Government lawyers, in particular. They went to court after several months of litigational, activities. A verdict was handed down by Judge Roosevelt Willie. And the verdict says, Madam Gloria Scott and her other family members are guilty for the death of the late Charlotte Musu. Hence, they, when I say they, I mean Madam Scott, Madam Wisner, and the rest of the other people, the 3 others plus Madam Scott, were sentenced to life imprisonment. I mean, you go to jail for life because they were found guilty of committing the crime of murder. And the list goes on. Too many other things were added. Now, what am I trying to put forth to the people of our country? There's so much to achieve if we give the system a chance. It is a dangerous thing for people to start to form opinion in the absence of investigation. But I understand why all of those things happened. We were going to elections. The country was going to a national electoral process. And so you had people who manipulated the process. You had people who exploited the tragic situation involving the life of a promising young lady. For political reasons. Because people wanted to score political goal, because people wanted to have political, points to attain during the electioneering period. So everybody started to mix there were too many mixed reactions. There were folks who openly accused other people for the sole purpose of wanting to score political goal. For example, Verdio Opine told the Liberian people via Spoon FM that he knew who killed Shala Musu. Only for the case to start, he was unable to provide evidence to what he said, and it became a flimsy statement. Today, with their lawyers present, international observers and other Liberians following the case from start to end, you have a guilty verdict. Although Madam Scott and her lawyers took an appeal to the Supreme Court, and it is after the opinion of the Supreme Court, that's when we will have okay. It is after the opinion of the Supreme Court, that's when we will know the final closure of this case, because that is the final arbiter of justice. Once they opine on a particular subject, that subject is done and dusted under the Liberian jurisdiction. So while we await the Supreme Court to open the case, but I want to say, based on the ruling from Criminal Code A under the gavel of Judge Roosevelt Whaley, based on that guilty verdict, here is one thing I have to say to the people of our country, then we move on. Number one, based on the verdict, it is now clear that Madam Scott and the rest of the people contributed towards the murder of Shala Musu. I'm quoting the verdict. I'm not rendering judgment. It was wrong. While we await the Supreme Court, it was wrong. My reference is the verdict from the Criminal Code A. It was wrong to have placed the country under such unnecessary pressure. It was terribly wrong to subject the image of Liberia to the international community in a terrible form. If Madam Wisnor and the rest of the folks, including the former Chief Justice of the country, knew 100% what actually transpired in the house that night, it was so unnecessary to have placed the country under unnecessary pressure. Now, I'm saying this to mean people branded the country as unsafe. There were too many condemnation of the government of the country. There were folks who had to say all kinds of things, and I can understand those things were said because we were going to a particular national elections, and those things contributed to too many things. Why did you have to put the country through all of these processes? I am hoping that at the Supreme Court's level, there's going to be a different interpretation of what's going on. But judging from what the Criminal Code A was able to produce, you ask me, those who are guilty as charged by the court should not have placed the country in such a devastating position. It was not worth it. You know, sometimes things happen, you take ownership and you apologize. Look, since that thing happened, if the real truth had come out, by this time the country is over it. The country forgot it. There is an adage that says, truth crushed to the ground will always find a means to rise. Will always rise. No matter how you suppress it, it's going to come out. There was no reason why you had to put the country through these unnecessary, stress. It was terrible. You shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have done it. We're going to wait for the Supreme Court. I'm not going to reach a conclusion at the moment. The opinions I'm expressing are guided by the ruling from the Criminal Code A. And so we will not give our final opinion on this subject until the Supreme Court will hear the appeal as filed by Councillor Scott's lawyers. And the court will then make a position on the matter. It is that position that we're going to be, using to give our final opinion on this subject. But as it is, For me, I just don't think the family should have placed this country under such nonsense. It didn't worth it. No, it didn't worth it. It only satisfied the desire of a few group of people who use it as a political tool. That's what it did. It delayed justice. Now imagine up to this moment, Charlotte Musu is yet to be laid to rest. That is totally unacceptable. You don't want to do that to an innocent child who didn't deserve to die, but die in such a demeaning, such a condescending manner, a very cruel manner, for some funny mistakes, some funny domestic misunderstanding, and you can even. It shouldn't have happened. But we await the Supreme Court for their final opinion on the subject matter. Now, let me say to this, though, the fake civil society actors in this country. For the very first time in the history of our country, I mean in post-war Liberia, specifically the past 6 years, I've seen a major case at the Temple of Justice. I mean, on the grounds of the Temple of Justice, by the way, being adjudicated as sensitive as the case and the so-called civil society actors we've been seeing. We didn't see one group of individuals besides Madam Scott's family. We didn't see none of them on the road. Now, why didn't they go to Temple of Justice to protest? Why? The reason is very simple. They refuse to shut up because by this time, they've gotten the clarity of the matter, and so it is no longer important to them. That's one. Number two, there is no more ulterior motive. And so, because they do not have any more sinister plan, so they thought not to go and gather. Because if they choose to gather, to what end? The election is over. Bulk of them who gathered people, oh, we want justice. You know, when they arrested Madam Scott, a lot of them who were like blocking the roads and making statements, today you don't find them because what they were doing it for is over. A good portion of them came out not in demand for genuine justice for Charlotte Musu, but because they knew that in 2-3 months' time, in 4-5 months' time, there will be something called the national elections in October, and because they want to create a terrible image and brand of the administration, they thought to make use of the death of the late Charlotte Musu. Now, what the other folks will refer that to is an act of exploiting the death of a murder victim. People exploited that situation to their political advantage. Today, why we didn't see them yesterday protesting and standing in solidarity with Madam Scott? Number one, apparently they've gotten the real inside of the story, and so they said, look, you know what? I mean, let it from itself, the thing they created. Number two, there is no more genuine reasons to want to come out because there's not going to be a political dividend. No, there's going to be no political dividend to that effect. So what I felt is like, okay, you know, the thing is over, the election is over, we already won. I mean, coming outside will be nothing. We are extending the country over in less than 12 days, so it doesn't make sense for us to come out. You know, let Gloria Scott solve her own problem. When you go, those who were protesting last year in 2023, when you go back to them today and you ask them about their opinion, a little over 90% of them will say, let Gloria cry. You know why they will say? They will say so because they do not care about Gloria anymore. No, it doesn't matter whether Gloria goes to jail for the rest of her life. It doesn't matter. What mattered to them by then was the fact that their protestation, their acts of protestation will create a public opinion against the administration, which will later on transcend into the people making political decisions that will not be favorable for the ruling establishment. Thanks to their political manipulations, the government will put it out. Today, you can't find those pseudo and fake political activists anymore. If I had a chance to have spoken to Madam Scott last year, very closely, I would tell her, Mom, I mean, I know it's going to be hard to do stuff and this, and that. But, I mean, you are a respectable character within the legal system of our country. Do the honorable thing. Let the noise not be too many around you. I would have advised her to do the honorable thing. That is what I would have advised. These people allow the madam to get herself entangled in too many of these things for their own personal political reasons. Today, she's going to jail alone. They're not going to be there. They're not going to join her at Saw Beach to serve the term of her imprisonment, just in case the Supreme Court will rule in line with what the lower court was able to hand down. They're not going to be serving her prison term with her. They're not going to be doing it. But this should be a lesson to all of us. This should be a lesson to all of us. That irrespective of where we find ourselves, irrespective of our political alignment, we should be objective in responding to national issues. When something is up, we should take sentiments out. We should take our political alignment out. That is when we will see things from a clearer and independent perspective. That's the best way a country should move. And so I ain't going to say more on it. Many of you didn't know, or better still, many of you do not know that on yesterday, that on yesterday, a guilty verdict was handed down. So since you didn't know yesterday, since you didn't know prior to the show time today, now that you know, the information is available unto you. I will say no further, but I'll take a break. When we come back, we interact with you on this first portion of the conversation with the Gloria Scott situation. Let's hear you. Be cautious in making your points. The case is still at the court, at the Supreme Court level. But you can speak to the initial verdict that was handed down by the final verdict that was handed down by the lower court. Criminal Code A. Yeah, you can speak to the verdict. It says Gloria will go to jail for life. She and her family people for killing Charlotte Musu. That's what the verdict says, under the gavel of Judge Roosevelt Willie. That's why. That's what it is. So you can speak to that. What do you make of it? How are you receiving it? Is it justice for Charlotte? Are you disappointed? Are you happy? Are you satisfied? Do you have reservations? I may not have all of the answers to some of the legal issues you're going to be, raising. But subsequently, we will take some of your concerns and consult some legal people. And maybe in subsequent time, when we are back on this radio, we'll provide the answers to some of the inquiries you're going to be having on the conversation. But before we do that, let's go and take words from our sponsor, Crime Stoppers Liberia, and be right back.
There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. Well, it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must target, you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see don't keep it. I'm a part of report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe. Let's stop it for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self-omen, Omen Sam-Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior. Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's Crime Stopper. All Crime Stopper. The people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper. Stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior. Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all.
Okay, so Crime Stoppers Liberia is our official sponsor here on 87.9. Let's see if we can I can go over to the lines. For those of you following the conversation from across the country, you can join us on +231 86 500 104. Excuse me. +231 86. When you go for a break for a long time, it can be difficult. +231 86 500 104. +231 86 500 104. For those of you live in Liberia, can join us on 086 500 104. 086 500 104 to be a part of the conversation. Let's take the first batch of calls right here, beginning with this one. What's your name? Where do you join us from?
Yeah, good afternoon. Okay. This is Lucine calling from the USA.
Lucini from the US. Go ahead, Lucini.
Thank you, Kirk, for the show. And I want to say hello to the Liberian people. You know, Kirk, thank you for the show and thank you for the education consistently you guys bring into all of us. You know, Kirk, Liberia and our generation, firstly, we need to be honest to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like what you said, when Sharon Musu's situation happened, Kirk, people went around with speculation. People were on the street protesting, people coming with different perception without not even giving the law a chance to do a due process. We sat here, some of us in America, that we all look up to, that we say they are country of example. Another Liberian sat here and make allegation just to cause commotion, just to cause problem. So then, where are those people that were making allegation, that were pointing finger at other Liberians?
Where are they?
Out done. So then, of the Supreme Court of Liberia. Today, some of these people that were making those allegations, we can hear about them. There's nothing they say on the internet. We can't see on the internet say anything about this lady in our country. And these are things that we've been saying, okay, that Liberia, if we say we will make Liberia better, okay, we got to be honest to ourselves and we got to be able to put country first and be honest about everything that we put out there. Not because we favor this person or that person. With even our political differences, but we should be honest about situation.
That's
because
correct.
When it comes to the life of somebody, the law should take its course. Not just individuals just coming with their own perception without not getting no fight to put out there for the public. It is bad and it's sad for our country. We have to desist and think about Liberia first, not our individual purpose first. Thank you, Kyoke, for the opportunity, my dear brother.
Thank you very much. From the US, we take this other person. Go ahead. What's the name? Where you join us from? Hello.
Yeah, good evening, KOK.
Good evening. Where do you join us from, sir? Quickly.
I'm Alaska player joining this evening from India, Trinidad to be precise.
India. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, KOK, thank you for the acknowledgement. Thank you for informing the public. You see, there's the same thing we were saying when the thing started. You see, we saw the legs of the legs of John B. all in the street and then pointing finger at Koji. And there is a case that the lower court have come up with a ruling with the Supreme Court. When this thing happened, it's the opposition. What the government doing? Where are they now? Where are they? It's a big question. Where are they now? Thank you for the show.
Okay, thank you. From India, we leave you. We go to this other person. Go ahead. What's your name? Where you join us from?
Jerome Gilman, Miami, Florida.
Jerome Gilman from Miami, Florida. Go ahead, Jerome. Let's hear you, sir.
Yes, thank you for the show. I've been following religiously over the past years. And the question you ask, where are they? You know where they are. We have Ms. Famula that was basically trying to obstruct the police from arresting. We know where she's at. She's serving on the transition team. Make Mandela Cooper that was visiting and condemning the police. Where is she? We know where she's at. She's serving on the transition team. Where is Nyobli Khan? brought a group of maybe 100 women, all in black. Where is she? She's vying for the pro tem position, asking Joseph Boakai to use all his power to make her Senate pro tem. Where is Joseph Boakai himself that paid tribute to Musu Scott? He's already elected president of the Republic of Liberia. Where is Gonglo that visited Musu Scott? Where is he? He poised to be either justice minister. So what you were saying, where are they now? We know where are they. The only thing that you have right is that there is no more ulterior motive, because that motive has been realized.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So there is no more need to gather.
No, the objective, the Machiavellian thoughts. If the end justifies the means, who cares? It didn't matter how many people lost their life as long as they got their aims and objectives accomplished, which was to win at all costs. Okay. So the question of where they are, I just listed where they are, and you know where the rest of them are. But thank you for the show, and God bless. Happy New Year to you and the staff.
Meaning happy return, Mr. Oh my God, Gilman from the U.S. Let's take more of the people here from Liberia. 5 at 10. We're going to call it a day and rumble into what Representative Kuba has to say to the people of Liberia, specifically regarding his political leader and President-elect Joe Boakai. Let's take this question. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Good evening, Khan.
Good evening. We're great, my dear brother. Let's hear you, sir.
Nehemiah Khan calling from District
17. Go ahead, sir. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Oliver Khan, we told the people. You see, when the story, when it first started, they started accusing Jefferson Koji. But they're forgetting to know that the law is the law, because according to her explanation, how she ran to the justice minister and just told her to change her thinker. So there were so many discrepancies. So it's a lot of questions you would think. So at the end result, they started accusing other people. You see how it led us today? So everything in our country, it has been turned to politics. So we want to say thank you very much for affording on the platform, and want to say because the whole weight were on Jefferson Koji, and tell God thank you that everything is well. Thank you.
We leave you right there. We take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Khan. And I want to say good afternoon to you. And Happy New Year. And thanks for returning back.
Many returns, my dear brother. Let's hear you. What's your name?
You see, Khan, some of us in the country will almost tell people and will continue to say to people, Liberia and the only country will bear. You can't have a country that people that wake up in the morning and say things without proof. No reason that life was so amazing. So I will do my protest to see how the Lord take the court. That's what I'm saying. Most of them mean the person who killed that innocent child. Today, justice has prevailed. That brings people now, like I said earlier, all those who were on the street by now, people be forced on Facebook telling the Liberian people sorry for what they did. Because they are so many generations of God will question them for their sins. You can't have people in the country, look, y'all own people need no proof wake up in the morning for no reason. Take all that interior morning they are realizing and we do the country. We'll see. That's not going around right now.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We leave you there, my dear brother. Let's take this other person on the line quickly. Let's hear you. No time, my dear brother.
Good evening, Kai.
Good evening, my dear brother. Quickly, no time. Let's hear you.
William, tell me who the defender. Let me say, I was so much. You know, just say, sir. Even when you go to the Supreme Court, whatsoever, I will know that. So we go on out, say, you're not guilty. It will not be overturned. It will confirm from the lower court. But we are grateful, we're thankful. Because when it happened here, even you can, certain time you were telling Brother William that you forget about it because they pour certain pour here and there. I don't do that, they do SYZ. And like you said, they think they were doing what we think they were doing it for a bad man. And because the election, and what they are doing is you to result. So it's a tension. I was so much. For honor president, we are. Or former chief justice want to go and being guilty under this our law. So it's a tension. You have so much. Just say, Mr. Khan, we are satisfied. We please now for Sharamuzu. And this will lay a rest. Thank you very much.
We'll leave you right there, my brother. We go back to the U.S. and take this other caller. What is the name? Where do you join us from? From the U.S. Hello? Go ahead.
Yeah, this is 3010 Lion Yakum. I'm calling from Fargo, North Dakota.
Fargo, North Dakota.
And,
go ahead.
Yes. First and foremost, we are talking about the case of this lady. But we are from the U.S. here, civilians. We are still, thinking about the defeat. And I want to let you know that CDC will have to really focus on our technocrats in the U.S. here.
That's for the CDC to decide, my dear brother. There is a different conversation. Let's stick to it.
No, I understand. I'm cognizant of the conversation, but I just want to get past the message quick.
No. Stick to the conversation.
Have to focus on us. But however, when it comes to the case, to the lady, that's such a precedent. Our leaders are trying to eliminate in an adverse society. They should really do that for the future, and because we can tell, we know that that case. That woman will be guilty and she needs to go to jail for the rest of her life. And the rest of those people getting money in which the baby girl was killed. Man, my brother, how to explain?
Okay.
And they are very much culpable. They are very, closer to everything to being guilty. So, and those who made some sarcastic remarks that went and turn the whole thing around and pay our country to spend a lot of money to waste a lot of pressure time on this case, man. Jerry, Mr. Border, and others, those people, man, they need to face some type of justice behind the whole case. You cannot make such a remarks against the country and make the country look ugly. Then we just let those people to just be going free, no.
Okay.
We need to set precedents on all these things.
Thank you very much. We set precedents. That's your concluding line. This person, go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Okay. How are you?
We're doing great, my dear brother. Let's hear you, sir.
Happy New Year.
And
thank you, for giving me the opportunity. Giving me the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to ask for the so-called Reverend, the Reverend, how to call him, the Unity Party chairman, that went to prevent Councilor Musu Scott from going South Beach. He and the Secretary General, they all were there to prevent her from going to prison. Where are they saying now? Where are they saying?
Election is over.
Where are they? Yeah, where are they saying now? Because he or Reverend, it could be his daughter. It could be his daughter that was killed in Gloria Musu Scott's house. Where are they saying right now? The so-called Reverend. Where are they saying? I expect them to come out now and say, yes, they were wrong, to apologize to Sarah Musu biological parents. And you see the hypocrisy we're talking about? But we prepare for them. Thank you for giving the opportunity.
Thank you very much. We leave you from the U.S. We'll come back to Liberia. We'll take just 5 more calls from Liberia. Then we transition into the next line of conversation. This person, 1 minute. What's your name? Where do you join us from?
Yeah,
Quickly, my dear brother.
Yeah, my name is Ashley Wilson, first to be called son of KOK, and I'm on the phone with this afternoon. But the judge is doing of voting. But I want to be most serious this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
This issue about this case in that area, I want to send out a very big thank you to the manager of that radio station, Freedom Radio Station, Abraham Gosling William. And then I want to say thank God this afternoon. Thank God that my own mayor, my Secretary General of my party, is not in this case. Because, a few months ago, when he was accused about this issue, many Latvians in this country went around here without evidence. And today, this woman is going to be sentenced. It's already sentenced of this case. And we want to say Supreme Court that thing that they are saying, that maybe they want to put in for a pew or one or two. If Supreme Court is going to grant that request from this country, some of us are not going to seek the justice that part of it. Close my mayor, let him go safe, and then after the 6 years, enjoy his peaceful life. He is continue for having me.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. We take the last four calls. Let's take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Hey, good afternoon, Oliver. This is Edmond Kyle. I'm calling you from Dubai.
Go ahead, Edmond.
Yeah, we are happy because justice has been served for Shalom Musu. Because when the case started, even though so hard and not money, we knew where the case was going. And we also thank God that our Secretary General had been vindicated. But you know, it's serious. For a full person to be in a particular apartment and for the kind of crime or such to occur, and all of them have the same sentence, meaning if what we see that what the Supreme Court will agree to, meaning this murder was premeditated, they were not something that happened that was that they were not even do. All of them play that in all of them executed because at least somebody was going to get on that sentence. But all of them got the same sentence lifetime imprisonment. It's a triple FOP, meaning they were premeditated, the executed they know what they were doing. But we thank God that justice is served for that holy girl. Thank you, Oliver.
Okay, thank you very much, my dear brother. Let's leave you right there and run to the other lines and take the last two callers. Who could this caller be? What's your name? Where do you join us from?
Hello?
Hello, go ahead. What's your name? Where you join us from, sir?
Thank you, KOK. My own brother and Allah in progress. Thank you for coming back and thank you for motivating our strength of fighting spirit. For the recognition for the public and poker rapper, the first of Mayor Coach internationally and locally. And I join you from a Pacific Quarter and you and your community this afternoon.
Quickly.
KOK. The evil that men dogs lay after them. This is why the particular ungrateful, disgraceful, so much it was taken with you. And nobody political using effective oil.
No, my brother. This platform is not going to condone invectives.
No, it's too okay. I'll be trying my statement.
Yeah,
it seems to be very harsh.
You got to do that. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'll be trying my statement. You know, we are very disciplined for the political illusion of the change. But actually, for this woman to disgrace the seat of the T-Trustee, by cheating or evil dollar P and lying on innocent son, tell this to my coach. Why will you benefit her? You think to the way I lay out into okay, when I woman let it to her own audio or own demons audio recording, she was ashamed with tears. I was at the court. I was there yesterday, and I've been there all the time because what? The name of our leader and mentor. It was embarrassing us. So we were making sure that it needs to be vindicated.
Thank you.
And today, the law approved the code that it needs vindicated. And we are proud son and proud soldier of Mayor Koti. And we're really proud son of him. We don't know a character. Thank you.
We leave you right there, Poker Roberts. Let's take the last two persons on the line. This person, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much for the show. This is Adak. I joined the conversation from Bomi County this afternoon.
Bomi County, go ahead, sir. Let's hear you.
A lot of work. The case
Oh my God! I mean, I'm not getting you at all. You got to change your location. It is not too good. Hello. You are much better. Go ahead quickly. We don't have the time.
Yeah. So the Federal Justice prevailed. And every Liberian has seen the door of that act. And so she just wanted to involve Mayor Koji in the whole thing to make Mayor Koji look ugly. But everyone knows what happened.
Okay, thank you very much, my dear brother. Okay, so we will leave you and take this exceptional caller. Go ahead, let's hear you. 1 minute.
Hello, okay.
Hello, ma'am. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Okay, we said it. This case here was only day and night. Today, United Party women that want to take for justice, that say they want to protest, where are they today? Because we were going on an election and they were playing politics. That's what they were doing it for. But they are seen You're the white people, you all say SHAME. They shame and they must never do it. And the code that took the P are telling them now they must know how to do it because the people will go right to jail and be there for lifetime. I tell you, thank you, Papa. God bless you.
Liberia, from the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop for all of our Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door, Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make a peace for them before, Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stop for all of our.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self-omen, Sam Sion.
Okay, Crime Stoppers, the people bringing safety to your communities. There should be no reason why you want to take the laws into your own hands. Liberia is a country of law. I mean, the laws here are strong. And so there should be no reason why you want to take the laws into your own hands. And that is the primary reason behind the establishment of Crime Stoppers Liberia and NGO, with the sole purpose of discouraging mob justice. The person you're beating, could be wrongfully accused. And in no time, you could be injuring the wrong person. We saw that happen with Tribute Brown's mother. We hope she's going to recover soon. I know a lot of you saw that video, and so I mean it was kind of devastating. I don't think it should happen in this country. Yeah, but that is where we are. To the second conversation on today, something happened in the CDC when the CDC took over in 2018. There were some members of the CDC who started to observe some early missteps. Sometimes when you're in organizations, a man can be brave. They say, look, man, we sort of do it will. I mean, we'll do it away with spoil. I've been practical in the Liberian parlance. My man, we'll do it away with spoil. We'll do it away with spoil, check out. A lot of people started to raise what the folks would call the red flag. In some instances, those warnings were addressed. In some instances, they were ignored. The end is an open secret that all of you know. I mean, at the end of the day, the whole country is aware of what the CDC as a political institution was able to get as a result from the elections. Have they learned their lessons? It is up to them to learn. Will they repeat? It is up to them to think and design whatever they want their political sojourn to be. That is with the CDC to establish. Now, why am I making this premise? Why am I starting the conversation this way? Representative Yeke Kwaluba of District Number 10 may likely become one of the most influential individuals in Liberia from the way he is proceeding. Now, we may all have our personal reservations over how Yeke has been moving over the period. But one thing that is very key is the level of consistency with which he has started to tailor himself. Mr. Kawa, I almost say Mr. Kawa. Mr. Kwaluba is being discussed at the moment amongst members of the Unity Party. Not only is he being discussed amongst members of the Unity Party, members of the incoming governing coalition, because you have people from ACOP, people from Edward Appleton's political party, Mandela Cooper political party. So you have folks in the governing coalition who are discussing Yeka Koluba. There are two different opinions being formed about Representative Koluba's latest outburst against President-elect Joe Boakai. Koluba is demanding that Mr. Boakai should make public, in other words, should tell, number one, the Unity Party and their alliances. Number two, the Liberian people of the sources of revenue that he's generating. Let me break it down. Representative Koluba said that Joe Boakai, when he supported in District 10 and all over the country, the Joe Boakai who been there, he said, Joe, we have cheat the election, he will be the #1 rebel general to remove we are from power. I mean, these are things that Yeka did just to get Mr. Boakai elected. Yeka is saying the Boakai who he did everything for to make president in this country should tell him, Yeke, where he got the money from to give to the fire victims in Bon County, $10 million Liberian dollars. According to Yeka Koluba calculation, when you punch $10 million Liberian dollars into the calculator, let me try to verify. According to Yeka, it's about $55,000 US. So at the rate of so 10 million is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At the rate of $190, when you divide this by 190, it's going to be $52,631. So assuming if the rate is 190, maybe Yeka's rate was 200, LD and so. So Yeka is saying Mr. Boakai used to tell them in the Unity Party that he didn't have money. And that's why the UP had to struggle to find money for pool washers. And that's why the UP could not afford a lot of campaign paraphernalia. I mean, T-shirts and other stuff. You have people voluntarily printing their materials and stuff. Now, Yeka is saying Mr. Boakai told the entire country that he was so broke to the extent that he was managing a loan that he collected from the Abbey Bank. Although we do not know the amount that was credited, but the fact, in the opinion of Yeke, the fact that that amount was unable to finance the campaign of the Unity Party to a greater extent, to the point where Stanton Witherspoon will boast of sending as low as $10,000 to Mr. Boakai, shows that, in the opinion of Yeke, that he didn't have money before his elections. So Yeke is concerned. Yeka Koluba is saying, where did you get the $52,000 US from? Or better still, where did you get the 10 million Liberian dollars from that you gave to the people, family, the people who went in the fire in Bon County? Where you get the 10 million from you gave to the family? Now, in Yeka's opinion, you're saying, I'm asking this question because that we don't want to letter you. Joe, we are not getting the country yet. We are not taking the country over to you yet. You get money already. You're not taking pay yet. As president, you'll be taking pay at the end of January because you will take over January 22. At the end of January, you'll take a fair pay. Nobody gave you money yet. Government not pay you yet because when you're president, you will start work January 2022, the 22nd of January. So nobody gave you money yet. Where you got money from and you go get $10 million when we know say you never have money in the whole campaign. So how you get money? Yeka say he's afraid. He's getting scared because he is not willing to see what happened to Mr. Weah, Madam Salif, and other leaders, other government, to happen to the leader that he elected. So he's expressing his concern. Where did you get the money from? I'll play Yeka's voice, but I'm just trying to explain exactly what it is so that you listen to him word for word. Now, this statement by Representative Kuba is being received by members of his political party and the alliances on two fronts. There are people who are saying, Yeka, you start talking too soon, or you sort of be talking like this. My man, we ain't enjoying the thing you're doing. That thing you did, Joey, I don't bring it to Boakai. I'm saying to you, there are two groups of people in the UP and the alliances who have received Yeka's message with two different opinions. One group on the other side said, I don't say you own Yeka. That thing you own. The same thing you're doing to Joey, I don't bring it at all. That one group of people here in the UPO. If I will open up the lines just for United Partisans to call, you will find those two opinions calling on the show. One group of people in the UP currently are saying, Yeka shouldn't be doing that thing. That thing you're doing to Joey, you just complaining. Don't be complaining. You can be all you be complaining all day. That thing you're doing Joey, I don't do it all. That one group of people saying the one. Now the other group of people saying no. We campaign to the Liberian people on the matter of change, on the pillar of change, with the intent and desire to do things differently from the Weah's administration, to do things differently from the Ellen Johnson's administration, to do things differently from the late Judy Bryan's administration, the Taylor administration, the Samuel Kayando, and so forth. The other group was saying we campaign on the menu of change. So we cannot be the change that the Liberian people voted for on October 10 and subsequently November 14. And before taking power, we didn't even get the power yet. Then we start doing the same things that the Liberian people got vexed with Mr. Weah for and his government. So the group of people from the UP said, no, you don't cause Yeke. We believe what Yeke is saying is the right thing that will guide us. Because you know why? When we're campaigning around here, causing Jawia, he's a buka dancer, criticizing him, doing all kind of things. We did all of those things because we assured them. We gave them the assurance. We made them to understand that we were totally different. We made them to understand that we'll do things differently. We made them to understand that we will not be a replica of the system they will soon vote out of power. So even though we are United Partisans, but we do not have to ridicule Yeke. We should not condemn Yeke. Instead, let us encourage Yeke and encourage ourselves to ask the hard questions so that we may not end like the CDC and other people. So these are the two opinions being formed by the folks in the Unity Party. Where do you stand as an ordinary Liberian? You do not have to be a member of the Unity Party to form an opinion on the subject. One group say, Yeke, you start talking too soon, stop it. Now what time? Now what time? Stop talking too soon. You're talking too soon. You're giving a hard time. Stop it. Leave the paper alone. The other group said, no. Yeke can leave the paper alone because this paper and all of us promise the Liberian people change. We can't get the power, then we start telling them to manage their expectation. But the paper, they should be in 10 million to the place, the other one to the place, and we do not know where he's getting the money from. So it is important that Yeke raise this issue. So you got two of them, two groups in the UP and their alliances. Where do you stand? But before you tell me where you stand, let's listen to the man himself. Let's listen to the Honorable Representative Yeka Kuba himself. I want you to listen.
Joseph Boakai, I used to give it to him. Ambassador Boakai, it's a disgrace and a shame to you to become vice president in 12 years, for 12 years, for all the lemon time you work in government, to have Stanton then bringing you to public ridicule, to be saying on national radio, it's a disgrace to you. You shouldn't have accepted that. I expected you to rebunk what you said, but it is true. You know how money, you are living by begging, and you acknowledge it. Stanton was very boastful to say, LeBron don't know why. You know, during the second round, I had a press conference that all my insulin battle boss. My insulin battle did not boss. Let me appreciate all the nurses, the doctors. Right after my press conference, I received insulin that can serve me for 2 years. Then I came to myself, I said, LeBron need me, I must stay here. I'm not going to call names, but I appreciate all of you people that call me, all the nurses, all the doctors. People drove to this base to bring me insulin because they wanted me here so we can have a change. Those are the people I'm talking for. I'm not talking for y'all that in America. Hold y'all say, I left my good job in America to come where you are not doing no good job. You better take them for change my language. You are not doing no good job in America. They were pushing cartoon like other people and cleaning old people like other people. Why you can't stay there and do your good job? Why you running in laboratory, your 40-hour job? You can't even reconcile to form a government. I see you're running to bombing for retreat. Oh, voter in the country today, you want to make decision for Liberia. It's wrong. Ambassador Boakai is wrong. You told the Liberian people you know how money. Our laws are very clear. It's because today, the night now that Joseph Boakai win, they carry you like I carry my son to the tailor shop to go sew a uniform and taking measurement and put on Facebook. Joseph Boakai, why are you treating yourself like this? People hold you high esteem. What people want to prove? I don't want to carry Joseph Boakai to go sew trousers. You know how trousers before? You know how suit before? It's a disgrace to you, Joseph Boakai. Your embarrassment will be kind of situation. You need to stop it. People are bringing things to you today because you're in the presidency. So let me say to you, Mr. President-elect, Ambassador Joseph Yuman Boakai, while away you went to one program to sympathize with the poor Tudota, you said on behalf of me and my family, we gave our first initial contribution of $10 million with 200 bed arrests. That is $55,000 when you do the breakdown. And you need to declare to the Lebron people who gave you that money. I don't know how many days. It has been more than 7 days. I gave you additional 3 days to declare to the Lebron people who gave you that money. Because the color corner is very clear. The color corner is very, very clear. The color corner is very, very clear. The color corner section 1.3.2 talk about bribery. The color corner section 1.3.3 talk about cash or gift. And go down to part 6. You can do your research. The color corner say any elected or public official that receive anything that is more than $200 US must declare to the Liberian people in 7 days. Joseph Boakai is a challenge to you to declare to the Liberian people who gave you that $10 million. We're not saying trouble. We're not saying people not giving you money because they want money over importing of rest. But if you don't tell the Liberian people in 3 days, I will call press conference and tell the Liberian people who give you money. And tell the Liberian people who took your son Tatan to Lebanon. If you don't do that. This car, the Lebron Paul, I am the mechanic for the car. Anywhere the car break down, I will repair it. We'll keep moving on until we succeed. If you think we'll bring you to power, for those criminals who come behind you and be misguiding you, we don't know you to be like that. And be misguiding you, you know very well the Constitution, the Code of Conduct frown on this. People will say, the people are not taking office. Allah, you people started work. You people are jointly working with the government. You got your team going to ministry, asking them for information. You people started work. You know, sometimes when you go to find job, when you apply for work, when you go for interview, right there, the people tell you, say, from today, you start work. You can start working while they're trying to give you your letter, your employment letter. So I started working now, I didn't get an employment letter. Our people in King John that being harassed by B. Martin. Our people in Bikena, in Nima County, that being harassed by Metal Steel, that the government here, they the ones stood up for their government. Tell your criminal name, Joseph Boakai. You better be careful before I change my English on you. You better be careful when you push me to the wall, I will change it, you will feel bad. You better slow down. Your BB English, you're speaking a pocket on us saying you better slow down with it. Manage your expectation. Where you come from, manage your expectation. You put your told the LeBron say when we come to power, you're gonna manage your expectation. Don't think you can be among the LeBron people? We're not managing nothing. We're not managing nothing. We're not managing nothing. The struggle in the cause of the people, the struggle has started from today. Anything I see not correct, I will tell the LeBron people. And I used to give Joseph Boakai, I used to give it to him. John, that being harassed by B. Martin. Our people in Bikena, in Nima County, that being harassed by Metal Steel, that the government here, they the ones stood up for their government. Tell your criminal name, Joseph Boakai. You better be careful before I change my English on you. You better be careful when you push me to the wall, I will change it, you will feel bad. You better slow down. Your BB English, you're speaking a pocket on us saying you better slow down with it. Manage your expectation. Where you come from, manage your expectation. You put your told the LeBron say when we come to power, you're gonna manage your expectation. Don't think you can be among the LeBron people? We're not managing nothing. We're not managing nothing. We're not managing nothing. The struggle in the cause of the people, the struggle has started from today. Anything I see not correct, I will tell the LeBron people. And on an obligation to do that, I was elected by the LeBron people. Now the reason why I'm talking from Grand Cape County, King George, I went to King George. I saw people that will photo restaurant card on district number 10. And rise up B. Martin, locally kind of when they put living. Then we see your people taking $50,000 for you to take picture with the CEO of Metal Steel. Joseph Boakai, you better slow down. You better don't be desperate and don't pull up behind you. You better slow down, Joseph Boakai. Before I carry a complete to finish on me, you better slow down. You better slow down before I carry somebody complete somewhere. You better slow down on anything you're doing. Don't want to bring us back to the same thing? No. I remember when I put money in the budget. The caller, you told the LeBron, you know how money. Our laws are very clear. It's because today, now that Joseph Boakai win, they carry you. Like I carry my son to the tailor shop to go sew a uniform and taking measurement and put it on Facebook. Joseph Boakai, why are you treating yourself like this? People hold you high esteem. What people want to prove? I don't want to carry Joseph Boakai to go sew trousers. You know how trousers before? You know how suit before? It's a disgrace to you, Joseph Boakai. Your embarrassment will be kind of situation. You need to stop it. People are bringing things to you today because you're in the presidency. So let me say to you, Mr. President-elect, Ambassador Joseph Boakai, why away you went to one program to sympathize with the poor Todota, you said on behalf of me and my family, we gave our first initial contribution of $10 million with 200 bed arrests. That is $55,000 when you do the breakdown. And you need to declare to the LeBron who gave you that money. I don't know how many days. It has been more than 7 days. I gave you additional 3 days to declare to the LeBron who gave you that money. Because the color corner is very clear. The color corner is very, very clear. The color corner is very, very clear. The color corner section 1.3.2 talk about bribery. The color corner section 1.3.3 talk about cash or gift. And go down to part 6. You can do your research. The color corner say any elected or public official that receive anything that is more than $200 US must declare to the Lebrimpo in 7 days. Joseph Boakai is a challenge for you to declare to the Lebrimpo who gave you that $10 million. We're not saying trouble. We're not saying Poland giving you money because they want monopoly over importing of rest. But if you don't tell the Lebrimpo in 3 days, I will call press conference and tell the Lebrimpo who gave you money. And tell the Lebrimpo who took your son Tatan to Lebanon. If you don't do that. This car, the Lebrimpo bought, I am the mechanic for the car. Anywhere the car break down, I will repair it. We will keep moving on until we succeed. If you think we'll bring you to power, follow criminals who come behind you and be misguiding you, we don't know you to be like that. And be misguiding you, you know very well the Constitution, the Code of Conduct frown on this. People will say, the people are not taking office. That lie, you people started work. You people are jointly working with the government. You got your team going to ministry, asking them for information. You people are started work. You know, sometimes when you go to find job, when you apply for work, when you go for interview, right there, the people tell you, say, from today, you start work. You can start working while they're trying to give you your letter, your employment letter. So people started working now, more than get an employment letter. Our people in Kinjo that being harassed by B Martin. Our people in Bikena, in Nima County, that being harassed by Metal C, that the government here. They the ones stood up for their government. Tell your criminal there beyond Joseph Boakai. You better be careful before I change my English on you. You better be careful when you push me to the wall, I will change it, you will feel bad. You better slow down. Your BB English, you're speaking a pocket on us saying you better slow down with it. Manage your expectation. Where you come from, manage your expectation. You what you have told the Lebron people say when we come to power, you gotta manage your expectation. Don't think you can be among the Lebron people? We're not managing nothing. Okay. They're the ones stood up for their government. Tell your criminal there beyond Joseph Boakai. You better be careful before I change my English on you.
Okay. So you know, this whole 2024 and going beyond, we will not do most of the talking. The newsmakers will do most of the talking. This is Representative Yaka Koluba. And all we'll do here is to do the political commentary. It's simple. This is what he said that led to the two different opinions. Is he wrong? Is he right? Is he so fast? Or he needs to wait a little bit before starting to criticize? These are all legitimate concerns and questions. When you listen to Yeker, at one point in time in that conversation, he said, you don't do BM to the Liberian people. The time we're asking them for the job, we did not tell them to manage their expectation. The time we're doing the election, when LEC calling go, we used to be posting on Facebook, LEC roll call, Banave off, Johnsonville off, 10 days ago, calling go. We're saying those things and telling the Liberian people that we had solutions to them. Even though we knew that the hardware in the country was small to support all those who are current, but yet still, we told the Liberian people that we have the solutions to make it better. I mean, this is the political interpretation of Yeke's statement. You can tell us to manage expectation. That's what Yeke was saying. And he was making reference to American who is on record of telling Liberians to manage their expectation. American, he told Liberians to manage their expectation. So Yeke said, no, we're not going to manage expectation.
If I change my English on you, you better be careful when you push me to the wall, I will change it, you will feel bad. You better slow down. Your BB English, you're speaking a pocket on us saying you better slow down with it. Manage your expectation. Where you come from, manage your expectation. You what you have told the Lebron people say when we come to power, you gotta manage your expectation. Don't think you can be among the Lebron people? We're not managing nothing. We're not managing nothing. We're not managing nothing.
Okay. So Yeka is saying all of what the people of Liberia were going through under President Weah and his government how we were causing CDC to be irresponsible government, Joshua, a Buka dancer, and all of the different adjectives we were using. We told them, we didn't tell them to manage their expectation when we come to power. We told them we were coming to rescue them. That is what we campaign on. We name ourselves rescue soldiers. To the point that we threaten war had anything happened to our elections. In the words of Yeke, we're not managing expectation. To ask the people to manage their expectation after they finish voting for you, in Yeke's opinion, he said to do that is an act of being a BM. You know what BM is? People who get involved into black money. And you want them to manage expectation, you're supposed to have informed them. He said, look, you know what? We're going to election. Joey ain't doing the country well. Joey ain't facing the country good. The country ain't correct. But when you move where you put out there, it will take time before we face the country. Yaka is saying that why you're supposed to say it. But so long you didn't say it, you give the people all of the assurances, you make them to believe that by the time you hit the ground running, you're going to start to impact them positively. So long you didn't say it, like that, when you come into power, do what you told them. To do otherwise in the minds of Yeke, that BMSP, and he's not going to be a part of those who will do BM with the Liberian people.
What you have told the Liberian people, say when we come to power, you can manage your expectation. Don't think you can be BM on the Liberian people? We're not managing nothing. You better be careful when you push me into the wall. I will change and you will feel bad. You better slow down. Your baby English, you're speaking a pocket on us saying you better slow down with it. Manage your expectation. Where you come from, manage your expectation. You what you have told the Liberian people, say when we come to power, you can manage your expectation. Don't think you can be BM on the Liberian people? We're not managing nothing. We're not managing nothing. We're not managing nothing.
Okay. That is it for yourself. He said it, not me. So to Yaka, you say, no. You can't do it to them. You can't do it to the people of the country. These people, some of them went against Joshua, not because they hate him. Some of the people were CDC people who would normally support Joshua in any elections. We went to them and told them that they were wasting their votes behind we are. We were the best solutions and the options to this country. We told them that their lives were in serious, devastating conditions, and it is only a rescue agenda under the rescue mission that will be the solution. We told them that we had all of the solutions. In fact, we told them that the issue of cutting their salary harmonization, although the CDC government tells them say no money in the country, and that's why they were cutting your salary. They lie. They get the money, but they're using it to pay their own houses. That's why they don't want to pay you when we come to power. That whole salary harmonization thing will cut it off. Yeka is saying you made all of these promises. You told the people that CDC people were lying, that the country economy was not good. That's why they cut their pay. And so when they make you government, you're going to return their pay to what it used to be before CDC could bring it down. So don't start to tell them, say the manage expectation. No. Some of these people, they had no issue where we are. Some of these 7-7s, they had no personal problems with George Weah on how he was administering the affairs of the country, with reference to too many of the different policies he had. Some of them, especially the 7-7s, the main reason they had was because their salary was tampered with. You told them you will put the salary back to where it used to be. They made you president. Some of them voted against their own political institution just to see you demonstrate the performance that that you claim to know in terms of rescuing the country. That's why they elected you. For you to be warming up to start the job, while they anticipate that you will start the ball rolling. They use that thing and say, manage your expectation. For Yeka, he said that thing is not going to work with him because that is how BMs can operate. You know me say it, that Yeka saying it. That's how the BM guys can operate. That's how they do. They fool you, yeah. By the time you expect to blow, there's nowhere to be found. For Yeka, he said he's not going to be a part of it because his face was open. His face was clear and shown to the Liberian people. He used himself as an assurance To the point where he said, if George Weah tries the election, I will be the general and I will capture George Weah. That's what Yeke said. The videos are available, the audios are available. So Yeke said, I cannot finish joining ranks with you to campaign immensely to the point where I became a critical voice against Weah and his administration. And we made joint promises to the Liberian people that we will solve their problems, hands on. Yaka, he said, we'll manage expectation. In Yaka's opinion, he's not going to manage it. Number two, this country problem has been the issue of patronage, especially the wrong one. Yaka is afraid that if his new president-elect is not careful, the people who gave him the millions, why he not president yet, they gave him millions. Yaka is afraid that these people might influence Mr. Boakai's decision when he is president finally. Mind you, he's going to be president in less than 12 days. On the 22nd, he'll be president officially. So they're like, if Yaka is saying, if we not start talking that thing soon, if we not start advancing Mr. Boakai soon, and start taking all the million behind the scene, and they giving all of the millions, when he become president, some people who giving him millions, some of them want contracts. Some people want to run some companies. Some people want concessions. Some of them want to have a say in who become the minister of this, the minister of that. Some of them want to control the government with him. And that's when it's become so difficult to administer the affairs of the country, because you have the leader who has already got himself entangled with too many financial arrangements and conversations. So when it is time to act independently, he is often held back by this financial commitment he has already got himself involved with prior to assuming the role of the president officially. In Yaka's opinion, in his wisdom, he thinks that it is going to be a terrible path to trek where the vice president and current president-elect of the Republic of Liberia to get involved. So he says, no, don't do it. It is uncalled for. It's not going to be the best thing to do. When you do so, you're going to be treading on slippery slope. There are two opinions to this issue. The UP and their alliances are divided into two. One saying, Yeke, you're dead wrong. Don't talk too much. You're talking too soon. You're causing noise. That nonsense you did to Jawia, don't bring it yet. That group one. Group two, Yeke is saying the right thing. Yeke is trying to protect all of us. Yeke trying to prevent some of the things where CDC fall down. Yeke is trying to make sure that the promises we made to the Liberian people will be achieved, will be realized. Yeke is trying to prevent a possible one term for us too. The same way with the CDC one term, Yeke trying to prevent it. So we shouldn't cause the Yeke man. Let's listen to what he's saying. Let's advise our people to add on what he's saying. We shouldn't treat Yeke as an outcast. That one group say, when he play for him, have funny, the thing why he did it, we are and bring it up with three, let we know him. You are Liberians. After 12 o'clock, May Day, on January 22, the next president of this country will be Joe Boakai. You have a say in this conversation. The job of this radio station, the job of this program is to responsibly, objectively critique the policy issues of the state. And you know the singular purpose is to ensure that this country is going to move on the right trajectory without any biases. Why we may not agree with some of the manner in which Yeke would do his advocacy, in my mind, the folks from the Unity Party, if they mean well for this country, if they actually mean well for this country, in my mind, they would rather lace with Yeke, encourage him to be more refined in championing his messages, than to listen to people who say let deal with him, let ostracize him. In fact, when I bring him closer, because you know why? Many governments failed because they refused to listen to their own Yeke. There were people like Yeke Koluba in the CDC. Come on. Apparently, they did not come out like Yeke, but in some instances, they weren't heard. They weren't given attention. And so today, the rest of it is history. So if the UP is concerned about leading this country and running the affairs of this country in such a way that Liberians will appreciate their stewardship of the republic, people like Yeka should not be thrown under the bus. To do so is to send a terrible signal. And I don't think the Unity Party of Mr. Boakai will want to do that. That is where I stand. Instead of cussing the man, hear him out. Instead of listening to people say, let close him up, give him the chance. Allow him to have a say in the cycle. Because sometimes the one we think is Baka, the one we think not get good sense, he's the one with all of the solutions to the problems we are confronted with. And so that's all I have to say today. We take our break. When we return, we squeeze in few calls and we call it a day here on 87.9.
Liberia, from the center to interior, Ram Starbuck, keeping us safe, let's stop for all our Ram Starbuck, the people bringing safety to your door, Ram Starbuck, stopping crime and make a peace for them before, Ram Starbuck, Liberia, from the center to interior, Ram Starbuck, keeping us safe, let's stop for all our.
Groundstopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own Omen Sam Sion.
Omen Sam Sion, the numbers are 086 500 104 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation. My name is Kyle. Let's take this first question. Go ahead, 1 minute.
Good afternoon, my dear brother, my dear friend, my friend and brother. Okay, this is Robert Makuya calling from the west seated of the lawmaker, Frank Safuku.
Go ahead, no time for all of the intro, my brother. Quickly, let's hear you.
I told you the other day, some of us, for me to be convinced, I would tell you yesterday, the Yaka Kolba was the one that was campaigning here for the president 2017, President George Weah. Later, he turned against the president. So for us, for me, it is not strange. These are the way the brother is operate. He want to be on opposition. So I told you the other day, and you are telling me he's saying something that is true, but because of how he operates.
Okay, thank you. That's how he operates. That's just other person. Go ahead, 1 minute.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Quickly.
Yeah, my name is Isaac Wilson, professor before son of okay, and I joined the conversation again from district number 15.
Let's hear you, Isaac.
Yeah, I want to say close to the representative of district number 10 from Rebecca Koluba. You know, one of me, I'm one of those who see Rebecca Koluba as advocates. He talks for the Liberian people. So the issue of Rebecca Koluba questioning this man about his finance, he has to give the Liberian people a response, because a few months ago, this man told us he lived on loan. We should go to RD Bank. And some of us, we did our research at RD Bank, and the people told us that this man has a loan and slip there that he could always go for loan. And then coming out today, the man donating up to 57,000 in total with the bank of residents to the people. It's not a good sign for this country, someone who is coming to take over power. So all we want to say to the honorable president-elect, you have to give her our response. We the Liberian people, we have come in one boss to question you on this video. So give her a response in the coming days. Thank you for asking.
We leave you right there. We take this other person on the line. Go ahead, 1 minute.
There's Lucini again calling from the USA.
Lucini Vine, go ahead quickly, Lucini. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, KOK. You know, KOK, that is the same thing that we've been talking over and over again. You know, the deception from people like, for example, people like Americone, that people call him Junior, and all these different exceptions. When these people were controlling the finance of Liberia, when they were living lucrative life. They didn't think that people that were in Grand G, River Cells, Bapolu, all the county, they needed to live better. But today, because they want power, they came with those perceptions because of the government of our society. They came and tell our people that they're coming to rescue Liberia. Like Yake Koluba say, you cannot be telling people say you're coming with change, and then later on you want to change your mind and start talking about them or lower their expectation. It's the contradiction. And that is what we said to the Liberian people, that the Unity Party that we talk about 12 years, that came and oversee the resources of this country for 12 consecutive years, that never changed the life of young people, never created a job for young people, never created health care for people in Liberia. And these are the same people coming back. So it's like old wine in new bottle. But we said to the Liberian people, but since they never hear, they say they want a new thing, we're watching and see. But they might not treat the Liberian people like being going to trade or businessmen in a foreign country. Thank you.
We leave you right there. We take this other person. Go ahead, 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Good evening, okay?
Good evening. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, this is Becky. We are calling from Brazil.
Provo, let's hear you.
Yes, I want to make the first correction. The 55,000 is including a 200 decorate.
Okay.
At the price of $17 when you calculate AUR at that point.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now, okay. I heard people saying civilians are celebrating Yeke. Nobody celebrating Yeke. People left from their districts. People left from their counties came to vote for Yeke because they wanted him to continue causing the president. And now they least expected Joseph Boakai to win the presidency. And after that, Mr. Presidency, Mr. Boakai, yeah, the presidency, welcome to it. And they never had the slightest thought that Yeke was going to turn on them. So they are devil that they dress. The devil is now undressing them. So citizens are just watching the show, enjoying the show, and we enjoying our album. But nobody is celebrating Yeke because Yeke is not intellectual than us. Okay. At least now he's making sense to talk something that is making sense. But before, when he was President Wiaton, he used to talk and quote for no good reason.
Okay, we leave you right there.
But now they will have what coming to them.
I think he has some reasons in some of the things he used to say as well. But we leave it right there. That's your opinion. Let's take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Okay, how are you? And for me, I don't support Boyeke Koluba, right? But he making some certain point.
Okay.
And he making some certain point. What and to tell the people from the Southeast that the president-elect Joseph Boakai does not like the people from the Southeast. That look at the stampede that happened in Nikutan. He did not even go there to give them water to drink. So why he took that money from? Why did he take the money from? He does not like the people from the Southeast. Why he went to Bon County and gave that money? Why he did not, when the stampede happened in Nikutan, that people lost their life in Nikutan. They lost their life in Nikutan. What's the difference? What's the difference? People lost their life in Nikutan, but he does not like the people from the Southeast. That's clear manifestation.
I don't want to reason that way, you know. And I
telling you, okay. Look at the men, the whole campaign trail, the men they're not going to Southeast. They're not going to Southeast.
I mean,
they're not going to Southeast.
That is your opinion, but I may not want to reason with that, man.
I'm telling you, you're gonna see it for yourself.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you. From the U.S., we leave you. We take this other person. Go ahead. Let's hear you 1 minute. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you. From the U.S., we leave you. We take this other person. 1 minute. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good evening, KOK. I'm Alaska Pay from India.
Alaska from India. Go ahead, my brother. We'll take 3 more after you, quickly.
Yeah, KOK, you see, what is happening remind me about the story Animal Farm. Where you see Napoleon when he manipulated the animal against their masters. And when Napoleon came to power, there was nothing. There is Joe Boakai who went to service without offering, seeing video asking Jeremiah for offering. A Joe Boakai who told us that he was living on loan. He let Lord to live a simple life, riding on almost $100,000 car, 2024 million. Joe Boakai went to Boakai and donated $10 million. Where did he took that money from? So Joe Boakai should answer our questions, where he took the money from to do all those things, because Joe Boakai is in the habit of mortgaging. He lost gifts. And one who received gift has been controlled by those who gave the gift to him. So what about Joe Baga to tell where he took that money from? Thank you, KOK.
Thank you very much, my dear brother. We leave you right there. Let's take this other person on the line. Go ahead quickly. 1 minute, no time. William Rule, let's hear you.
Can you sell it on what? You got what you're saying. There is sense inside it, but what we want to say is that it gets to the show for you. Everyone will also cover. I got wisdom bloody. It gets to for them. It gets to for us. What we're saying is that even the way you start the video, there is no insult. Just in a minute, the family me go where you go. I didn't want you to go come out doing that. I didn't want to say yes, but despite that, you know, is not now time really. Because all the issue that you get or president. You see that? So when I say because he's standing now, you got that president, what got then? What you got? No, don't say it's some sense yes in it. But this is man, just still show for all. We are able to follow our battle. And when you go out, you know, a global is a corrupt man. He asked you now, now you do so, who told you that a man went in the ministry, and you don't fire a man for corruption. You said no. Even if I go back, the man ungrateful. What we added today, he said, I didn't go to council. So you want to bring
but all of those things are over now. I mean, he's the president-elect, so take what Yeka is saying for what it is and have that analysis.
He pretended because them men, everybody in the world know that the job of your government. When we don't got the vice president, who they ain't going to before and say go to offer them.
So you got issues with Yeka Koluba saying what he's saying.
The thing that you're going to say, this is you got been saying. So now a new thing you're going to say. Nobody is a corrupt man. Then the man will tell you nothing better. So now you must say no. That's what we're saying, kind.
Okay. Thank you very much, William. We take the last two, then we go home. Go ahead. Let's hear you quickly.
Good afternoon, Oliver. This is Edmond Kai, and I call from Duval Road.
Go ahead, Edmond.
You know, nobody can tell you can't say. Anyway, I don't want to supporter. I am a citizen, and nobody can tell you can't say not timely. It's right now. Okay. The only thing we are saying is that why now? Because all of these things that you can't say here, these are all the things that we acquired during the campaign time, and even during the second runner, before the second runner, it was clear that Boakai was living in the pocket of Southern Waterspoon and Henry Costa. They can't tell us it was a lie. We told them that the man was going to be Robert State president. They said that was a lie. Okay? So, but what will happen is that we as sedition will be in the back watching the show. They see our room when they are in going on. Because you know, everything the guy prepared during the election that the election because all the people that they claim that they wanted to use the president, we are getting the chair. The guy that they were using and yesterday will use it during that because they will go after him. They will not expect that thing. That man will not insult Boakai. He go free. They will go after him. When they go after him, Yeke will come after them. So what person we have a threat on Liberia going into will force stay coming very soon. Thank you.
We leave you right there, my brother. We pray that we will not go to that level. This person, go ahead. 1 minute.
Hello?
You are the second to the last. Let's hear you, then we go home.
Thank you, bro. My name is Boakai, and there's official purpose from Kazari.
Go ahead, AB.
And Happy New Year to you.
Many happy returns, my dear brother.
Hello?
Go ahead, AB. Many happy returns.
Okay. So, I want to appreciate you so much for the topic because, you know, our people have a say is there where you put your 1 kilo at somebody, the rest of the pool, you know.
You're pointing back to you.
Yeah, pointing at you. And this is a situation that they're finding themselves in now. Now, if you campaign on the matter of the Liberian people were suffering, and then after winning the election within 2 days, and then started telling people that the expectation need to manage, and there's no need that you fool people.
Okay.
As we say. So I think Honorable, Representative Yeke Koluba is right.
Okay.
And we're hoping that this president-elect will come and then, tell us where he took the money from. And we are watching to see as to whether they will lay up to what they say, to us that the president will not do it, and then now they have the mantle of authority. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let's take this international caller. Hello?
Yeah,
This is Carter Dubai. I'm calling from outside Oklahoma State.
Okay, outside Oklahoma State. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So the reason I'm calling here is simple. All the guys knew that Boakai was not the right man. Boakai was corrupt. You don't have money to live alone. The drum was beaten over and over and over and over. But because they got blinded by the hate of George Weah, so they put Boakai and put him there. But they all knew that Boakai was not the right man. So in short, you can just shut up and stop crying wolf. We here will sit back and watch and see. It's too early.
Okay.
We know already. We just watching.
Okay. Thank you.
So you should shut up.
Thank you very much. From the US, we will then take our break on this Wednesday to return on Thursday for the last edition of the week. My name is Kai Oliver Kai. This platform will set the agenda in the afternoon time of radio. When you're driving from home to job, a Freedom Morning Rise will be here to serve you breakfast. When you are at job, finding your missing files from the print news will bring you out of the newspapers. When you are out of job and leaving town to go home, a Freedom Hub will ride with you in your buses, in the taxis, in your government official cars, in your government ministry and agency buses. And at night, when you get to your family, by the time you get to them and you tell them what's happening to the house, the current year, what came today, when you're asking those questions, face the issues will be there. This is the Freedom Hub, the Freedom Radio Liberia that you know will be here objectively, responsibly. Our job is to ensure that the Republic of Liberia will not burn. Like I always say to you, this country will never burn. Liberia will forever remain. My name is Kai. We'll see you on tomorrow. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful time.
From the center to interior, keeping us safe, let's stop it for all.
Ground Stopper Liberia is here for you.